Hello and welcome to This Week in Gunpla and Plamo, our weekly show where we cover all the latest Gunpla kits and also other plant model industries, news and events as well. So if you'd like to know the latest news on everything plant modeling, do subscribe to our channel. Now the first kit that I want to talk about is the Fumina Hoshino high grade kit. It's finally out in Japan and we already started to see some of the first impression of the kit itself. I have to say this kit, in terms of articulation, it looks fantastic, and of course I think most fans will probably be very pleased with the three very different facial expression included with the kit. The one that amused me the most is of course the shocked expression of Fumina Hoshino. I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of toy photography based on that facial expression, and maybe hopefully next year GBWC there'll be some entries with Fumina Hoshino in that facial expression as well. So one thing that was quite unique with this kit is they actually come with a very small petite guy, so I don't think that you actually need to build the petite guy itself, but it does look kind of small and kind of cute. So maybe someone's gonna build a diorama of Fumina Hoshino and an army of bear guy. Maybe we'll see, right? Let's see what happens. So for those of you who have yet to build any Fumina Hoshino model kit, there used to be one Figuras Lao series that was out sometime late last year or early last year, and I think that was one of my favorite kit because of the texture of the kit itself. But let us know what you think. Will you guys be getting this kit? Because it is coming out right now in October already in Japan, so it should be reaching out to other markets very soon. There are quite a lot of new announcements by Bandai this week, so much so that I was actually quite shocked by the amount of new model kits coming out, not only from the Gundam franchise but also some from the Evangelion, Kamen Rider, and also the old mecha kits. But staying with the Build Diverse series, there is one kit that I really like, and that is the Master Grade 1/100 scale Hyaku Shiki race Cain. It's coming out in May 2021. It's a very beautiful looking kit, and so it's priced 13,000 yen and 200 yen as well. This is one very expensive kit. I think by the time it reaches your market, once you factor in the shipping costs and also the duty and tax and whatnot, it's probably going to be an additional 30-40% on top of that price. But in terms of the overall finishing for the Hyaku Shiki, I really dig the metallic gold finish. If you guys have built the Master Grade Hyaku Shiki, you will know that they actually have a muted gold finish for the Master Grade. At least there is different gold finishing for the Hyaku Shiki, though there are ones that is very shiny metallic finish on the high grade kit. So that one I don't really fancy because it just looks a little bit too bright, and it doesn't really have that deep dark 24 karat gold kind of a finishing. But it does seem that Bandai somehow has managed to replicate the 24K gold, just like the one on the Phoenix Unit 3 Perfect Grade on this actual model kit itself. Beautiful looking kit, to be very frank, but unfortunately due to the expensive price ticket, it's something that I need to miss. The one that I was actually quite surprised that Bandai released was the high grade 144 scale flight liner unit. This guy is actually quite affordable, and I was kind of wish that Bandai would release this as a normal release. 1,430 yen, very affordable, and it's a quite nice add-on to our mobile suit Gunpla kits, right? You can add it on as a flight pack, and unfortunately Bandai decided to make this as a premium Bandai release. Relatively affordable, yes, but unfortunately for most of us that's out of the Bandai market, we will not be able to secure this guy. So if you fit this with the GM mobile suits itself, yeah, it does looks very good. So this is part of the MSD and Origin series design. In Non-Gundam releases, I'm actually quite glad that Bandai is continuing pushing new releases for the old mecha anime franchise, such as this. This is the Steel Jeeg. I have not seen this anime before itself, so for me, I can't really relate to what is the appeal of the mobile suit, or sorry, the mecha itself. But given the design of infinitism design language they have continue to pursue for all these old mecha robots, I have to say it looks really good, very detailed. And if you guys have built the previous old Mazingers and Grandazers that released under this line, you will know that even though it's 1/4 scale, the size of the actual kit itself is actually almost slightly taller than a 1/100 scale master grade. So if you guys are a big fan of the old retro mecha kits, this is something that you probably want to get. I'm actually quite keen and curious to actually build that kit itself. But I think this is probably one of the hottest kit that everybody's talking about, and this is the Figurized Standard Amplified Imperial Dramon. I'm not a big Digimon fan, so I don't exactly know much about this final form. If I'm not mistaken, it's final form. But the price, wow, almost 5,000 yen. And I think if you guys like the amplified design language that Bandai has decided to push onto the entire Digimon series, I think it's probably gonna be quite a badass looking kit. The only thing that you probably will need to paint over the yellow parts into metallic finishing gold, so that is something that I will actually go for. The one release that I was actually personally quite excited about is the Figurized Standard Kamen Rider Hibiki. I know Hibiki is one of the least popular Kamen Rider series ever, right? If you guys have watched the series, you would be quite disappointed, not because of how bad this character was or the henshin sequence, but the show had so much potential because it is one of the first Kamen Rider series that has nothing to do with the Kamen Rider franchise at all, right? It has nothing to do with anybody riding a motorbike, it has nothing to do with aliens, but it's an entire series about Onis fighting ghosts and demons, and it was just so promising from the onset when we heard the entire franchise of what it's all about. But unfortunately, because of the change of direction and storylines and directors, the entire series just went down the drain. But fans like me, really stuck on with the series, and we really love the entire design language and philosophy of the entire Kamen Rider Hibiki series. And if the design language is carried forward into this model kit, if you look closely, you will see that they actually have the very special coating finishing on the Kamen Rider Hibiki itself. So hitting different light at different angle, it will turn either as a dark blue or a dark purple. So that was one of the key appeal of this suit for Kamen Rider Hibiki. The price is also a little bit more expensive than the typical Figurized Standard as well, so it'll be interesting to see how the kit actually turns out. And as with the Evangelion line, Bandai is pushing through. We are getting all the separate designs of the Evangelion kits as well, and the price is also becoming a lot more expensive as with each release. So real great kits have now started to become almost the same price as master grade kits 5 to 10 years ago. So that's something that I find is a quite interesting development. As the kit gets better, more detailed, more complex, the price has also gone up together with the kit as well. So if you guys are a big fan of Evangelion, do let me know if you're actually buying that kit. This one release really caught me by surprise, and this is the Kimetsu no Yaiba or Demon Slayer Tanjiro Kamado, right? This guy is coming out February 2021. What is surprising is two things. One is the price, going at 2,000 plus yen. This is a model kit, but it does not have any articulation, so it's a fixed pose, just like the earlier entry grade Ultraman that we have reviewed not too long ago. It does have excellent part separation, to be very frank. It doesn't seem like a real entry grade kit, but the second thing that caught me by surprise was this is actually a premium Bandai release. So it's kind of strange that Bandai is deciding to release this guy, the main hero character for the series, as a premium Bandai release, and especially this guy with no articulation, and it costs about 2,800 plus yen. So I'll be surprised to see who will actually pick this up. So please prove me wrong, but I will actually wait for the Figurized Standard Demon Slayer series from Bandai instead. I'll give that a miss, right? The one that is the most expensive release, actually not the most expensive, the second most expensive release this week is the Metal Robot Soul Providence Gundam. Coming in March 2021, 1,600, 500 yen. I have always loved the Providence Gundam design language, but I don't know why for the life of me until today I have yet to actually buy the model kit myself. Maybe I'm holding out for a version car design, who knows, right? Maybe there will be a version Katoki of the Providence Gundam in the near future, but the Master Grade Providence Gundam is definitely in my to buy list. But for now, if you guys are, big fan or collector of the Metal Robot Soul series, this is probably right up your alley. Again, this is a premium bundle exclusive, and I really dig the metallic pipes right under the chest. So is that something new, or I do recall seeing this design before in the Providence Gundam? So this is something that I'm actually quite excited about, but probably I'll just stick with the Master Grade kit design. Now, something not Gunpla, but this is one product that I've always been interested in, and this is the folding container series. So now they are releasing under premium bundle again, unfortunately, a folding series for the white base. There will be the green Zaku and also Char Zaku color variation as well. It is quite surprising that you don't see this kind of folding container cases pretty anywhere outside of Japan for some strange reason. So if I'm not mistaken, they also used to have the Ultraman series and some other manga series as well. So I actually am quite keen to buy this and stacking them up, but at 8,800 yen per box, it is quite pricey. But if I ever get a chance to secure one, I will probably buy one to have in my house. It's actually quite sturdy and heavy before, so I actually used to have seen one of my friends that has a Ultraman version of this folding container. For me, I think the Charles Zaku version, Charles Annabelle version, the all red container definitely looks a lot better. So that's all the new releases this week. As you can see, there are a lot of new kits coming out, not only for Gunpla but also for Eva, Demon Slayer. My personal interest is actually in the Kamen Rider Hibiki that's coming out very, very soon. So which kit are you guys interested in? Do let me know in the comment section down below.